Okay, everybody. We're going to move on to our next game, which is the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy. Let's see how we do. We'll do the regular question database this time. Fell over. Sorry. Y'all hear the Jeopardy music while I upload a video. Let's play.
Welcome to Jeopardy. Let's begin our game.
I know Corey just texted me, but I'll text him back after the game. I'll be him. Beanie. Let's just go ahead and get right to it.
My name's Ted Smith. I'm a...
All right, contestants, let's begin round one. There is one daily double on the
British
board,
politics,
and here are the categories.
sports, fashion, botany, people and places, and finally, the ayes have it. Notice the letter I in quotation marks.
Good luck.
Okay.
Contestant number one will start.
Botany for 100, please.
The answer is
Pollination is by these is called ornithophyly.
contestant number one.
What are bees?
Sorry, incorrect.
Foop.
Contestant number three.
Oh, it's beetles.
Wrong.
No.
Contestant number two.
Oh, birds, of course.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number two.
An epiphyte is a plant that doesn't have these in the soil. It's supported by another plant.
Contestant number one.
What are roots?
Yes.
Botany
that's
300.
correct. Contestant number one.
It's actually a modified reduced branch if you get our point, and rose gardeners do.
Contestant number two.
A thorn, yep.
You are correct. Contestant number two.
Botany 400. A fertilized ovule develops into one of these.
Contestant number...
What is an egg?
Wrong.
No.
Contestant number three.
A seed, oh yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number three.
Sports 200. After 9 attempts, jockey Pat Day finally won this horse race on May 2nd, 1992, riding Little E.T., a 16-1 long shot.
Contestant number one.
What is the Kentucky Derby?
Yes, that's
Sports
correct.
for 100.
Contestant number one.
In September 1992, Manon Rhéaume became the first woman to play a game in one of the 4 major team sports. This one.
Contestant number...
I'm going to say what is football.
Incorrect.
Foop.
Contestant number three.
Ice hockey.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number three.
In 1992, Coach Joe Gibbs led this team to its third Super Bowl win by defeating Buffalo 37-24.
Contestant number two.
Steelers, no.
Wrong.
I have no idea. The Washington Redskins.
Contestant number three.
Sports 400. Brian Scheimer and football player Herschel Walker finished 7th in this 2 main event in the 1992 Winter Olympics.
Contestant number three.
The 2-man bobsled, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
This Texas Rangers pitcher ended the 1992 season with 319 victories and a record 5,668 career strikeouts.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Nolan Ryan?
You are
There we go.
correct. Contestant number 1.
Botany for 500.
The answer there is
It's the process by which a scion is put on a stalk.
contestant number 2.
Grafting?
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct. Contestant number 2.
People and places 100. Angelinos don't live in heaven, but in this U.S. city.
Contestant number 1.
What is Los Angeles?
Yes, that's
People and
correct.
places for 2.
Contestant number 1.
Kikuyu, Kalenjin, and Kamba are 3 of the ethnic groups in this country whose name also starts with K.
Contestant number 1.
What is Kenya?
Yes, that's
People and
correct.
places 300.
Contestant number 1.
Some of these Florida Indians live in open palm thatched huts called chickees.
Contestant number 1.
Who are the Seminoles?
Yes,
Seminole
that's
Indians,
correct.
yeah. People and places
Contestant
400.
number 1.
Daily double.
Contestant number 1. What
I'll
would you
just do
like to
100.
wager?
North China was once called this, a name derived from the Khitan people of Mongolia. What is Manchuria? Cathay.
Oh, sorry. Contestant number 1.
People places 500. When these nomads wandered to Europe, they claimed to come from Little Egypt, hence their name.
Contestant number 3.
No, not Bedouins.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Contestant number...
The Gypsies.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
The ayes have it, 100. In the U.S., Washington is second only to this state in potato production.
Contestant number 3.
Indiana? No.
Sorry, incorrect. Contestant
What is
number...
Idaho?
Yes.
The
that's
ayes have it
correct.
for 200.
Contestant number 1.
It can be a native of Spain or of Portugal.
Contestant number 1.
What is an Iberian?
Yes, that's
Ayes have
correct.
it 300.
Contestant number 1.
Encyclopedia Americana says these South American Indians once made cloth from bat hair.
Contestant number
Who
1.
are the Incas?
Yes.
Ayes have it
correct.
4.
Contestant number 1.
This kind of manuscript is lit up with ornamental letters and colorful decorations.
Contestant number 3.
Illuminated.
You are contestant number 3.
Of all the fish diseases, this one has the shortest name.
Contestant number 2.
No.
No, I'm afraid that is not correct. Contestant
Eek.
number 3.
Alright. The United Kingdom is divided into 651 constituencies, and each one sends an MP to this house.
Contestant number 2.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
The House of Lords, no.
Oh, sorry. That's not right.
The House of Commons.
Contestant number 3.
The offices of the government chief whip are at number 12 on this street.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Downing Street?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
An MP who's not a member of the government or an official opposition spokesman is a back one of these.
Contestant number 2.
Bencher?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
If you got a PC after your style, name and honors, it means you're a member of this.
Contestant number 3.
The Pixie Council.
You are
Or no, the
correct.
Privy Council.
Contestant number 3.
In the early 70s, Women's Wear Daily coined this sizzling term for women's short shorts.
Contestant number
What are
1.
hot pants?
You are correct.
Fashion for
Contestant
200.
number 1.
Formerly worn as a decorative item, this garment is now used mainly in the kitchen.
Contestant number 1.
What's an apron?
You are correct.
Fashion
Contestant number
300.
1.
In 1986, this Meryl Streep Robert Redford film sparked a new trend in safari wear.
Contestant number 1.
What is out of Africa?
You are correct. Contestant
Fashion for
number 1.
400. This main outer garment of Hindu women consists of a piece of cloth usually 5 to 7 yards long.
Contestant number 1.
What is a sarong?
Sorry.
No, the other one.
Contestant number 3.
A sari.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
The basque is the most common style of this soft, round cap.
Contestant number 1.
What is a beret?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1. The answer is...
This group drafts and approves the Queen's speech that opens a session of Parliament.
Contestant number 3.
The cabinet.
You are correct. Now for the double Jeopardy round, with 2
The
daily
Civil
numbers
War.
somewhere on the board.
Art.
These categories.
Cities. Birthstones. Fictional characters. And finally, Nobel physicists.
Good luck. Contestant number 2, we'll start with you.
Art
The answer
400.
is...
Thomas Gainsborough sometimes exhibited his paintings at his home in Pine Mall in this city.
Contestant number 2.
Birmingham? No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
Brighton.
Sorry.
London.
Contestant number 2.
Alright. This Dutchman painted his self-portrait with Saskia, his new bride, around 1635.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Rembrandt?
Yes, that's
Art
correct.
200.
Contestant number 1.
The Flowers of the Four Seasons was a popular theme in this country during its Sung dynasty.
Contestant number 1.
What is Japan?
Wrong. Contestant number 2.
China.
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Pub artist Roy's last name. It sounds like a tiny country in Europe.
Contestant number
What is
1.
Liechtenstein?
You are correct.
Art
Contestant
1000.
number 1. The answer there is...
This surrealist included the view from his Spanish home in The Sacrament of the Last Supper.
Contestant number 3.
Picasso, no.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Contestant number 2.
Dali, no.
You are correct.
Oh, yeah.
Contestant number 2.
City's 200. Now Egypt's second largest city. Over 2,000 years ago, it was the capital.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Alexandria?
Yes,
City's
that's
400.
correct. Contestant number 1.
When it was ruled by the Egyptians and Romans, this Jordanian capital was called Philadelphia.
Contestant number
What is
1.
Amman?
You are correct.
City 600.
Contestant number 1.
Ancient Sumerian sources say that Kish was the first site of the first dynasty after this catastrophe.
Contestant.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
The flood?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
Alright. These ancient mariners founded Cadiz and Carthage.
Contestant number 3.
The Phoenicians.
You are correct. Contestant number 3.
He began his diggings in 1870 and went on to find the ancient cities of Troy, Mycenae, and Tyrannus.
Contestant number 2.
Heinrich Schliemann? Yep.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
The vivid birth green of the May birthstone was once thought to be good for the eyesight.
Contestant number 1.
What is emerald?
Yes.
Birthstone's 400.
Contestant number 1.
The largest of these April gems, the Cullinan, was found in 1905 in South Africa.
Contestant number 3.
A diamond, and I knew that one.
You are correct. Contestant number 3. Let's take a look at the end.
This January gem takes its name from the pomegranate, whose seed it resembles.
Contestant number 1.
What's the garnet?
You are correct.
Birthstone's 800.
Number 1.
This light bluish gem of March was once a talisman for sailors.
Contestant number 1.
What is the aquamarine?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
Daily double.
It's a daily double. Contestant number 1.
I'll make it a true daily
To
double.
wager.
Cleopatra is said to have been fond of this November stone because it reminded her of honey. What is topaz?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
Let's go with the Civil War for 200. Stephen Sears names Lincoln as the most written about Civil War figure, and this Southerner second.
Contestant number 1.
Who's Robert E. Lee?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
In March 1862, he was appointed military governor of Tennessee.
Contestant number 3.
Andrew Johnson?
Good job. Contestant number 3.
War Order Number 3 on March 11, 1862 removed him from command as the Union Army's General-in-Chief.
Contestant number 2.
No.
Sorry, incorrect. Contestant number 3.
George B. McClellan.
You are correct. Contestant number 3.
A campaign that ended with the Second Battle here began at Cedar Mountain, August 9, 1862.
Contestant number 2.
Bull Run?
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct. Contestant number 2.
The formal date of surrender for this Mississippi city was July 4th, 1863.
Contestant.
Vicksburg?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3. Let's take a look at the answer.
In 1893, Arthur Conan Doyle killed this sleuth, only to bring him back in another story.
Contestant number 2.
Sherlock Holmes, and I knew it.
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
He's the aging one-eyed marshal in the novel and movie True Grit.
Contestant number 3.
Rooster Cogburn.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3. The answer is...
This Tolstoy heroine almost dies after giving birth to Count Vronsky's baby.
Contestant number
Who's
1.
Anna Karenina?
Yes.
Fictional
that's
character's
correct.
800.
Contestant number 1.
Daily double.
It's the contestant number 1. What would you
I'll
like
make it a
to
true daily
wager?
double. In a George Eliot novel, this Shirley Weaver becomes stepfather to Eppie Cass. Who is Godfrey Cass? No, Silas Marner.
That's not right. Contestant number 1.
At 18, she leaves the Lowood School to become a governess at Thornfield Manor.
Contestant number
Who
1.
is Jane Eyre?
Yes.
Shouldn't have
that's
done
correct.
that.
Contestant number 1.
The 1986 award went to the developers of the electron and scanning tunneling types of these.
Contestant number 2. Sorry, incorrect.
Scantron.
Anyone else? Contestant number 1.
What are... protons?
Sorry.
No.
Incorrect. Contestant number 3.
Wrong. Microscopes.
You are correct. Contestant number 3.
In recognition of their work in wireless telegraphy, the 1909 prize went to Carl Bunn and this Italian.
Contestant.
Who is Marconi?
You are correct.
600.
Contestant number 1.
Because they furthered his work, this pair shared the 1903 prize with Antoine Henri Becquerel.
Contestant number 1.
Who are the Curies?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
1991's prize went to Pierre Gilles Degain, who figured out how these are arranged in superglue.
Contestant number 3.
Atoms? No.
Sorry. Contestant number 1.
What are molecules?
Yet contestant number 1.
Anthony Hewish co-won in 1974 for his work in the discovery of these radio signal emitting stars.
Contestant number 3.
Red stars.
Sorry. Contestant number 2.
Quarks? No.
Incorrect.
Yeah, I shouldn't have made it a true daily double. That was my fault. Pulsars.
The final Jeopardy category.
Famous women.
is contestant number 1. What would you like to wager? Final Jeopardy clue is
In 1994, she founded Welcome House, a foster home for Asian American children. Who was Buck Walsh?
contestant number 2. Your final Jeopardy response was correct. Let's see what contestant number 2 wagered.
Oh no! It was Pearl S. Buck.
Your total?
Shoot.
Contestant number 1. Your final Jeopardy response was you are correct.
Oh, they took it?
Let's see what contestant number 1 wagered.
Wow, they took it?
Your total?
Wow.
Contestant number 3. Your final Jeopardy response was you are correct. Let's see what contestant number 3 wagered.
Oh, well. At least I tried. I'll see you all for that next segment, everybody.
Total? Sorry you didn't win. Sharpen your wits and try again.